Hey YouTube, Troy here. Quick update on the 90. I got the Radions mounted. One there. It's on the rail system, so they basically can slide. I'll post a link to the website that I got these rails from, but they worked great. You got to find a little bit different screws to mount them, because obviously the mounting screws that come with the fixtures are geared towards their mounting system for hanging them from the ceiling right off the bat, unless you buy their rail system, which kind of defeats the purpose of buying these rails. But got the canopy all painted, primed up, and the only problems I had, well, there's a couple things. I have no room inside the, not that I would put them in there anyways, or recommend putting them in there, but the ballasts, I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully the wife isn't too pissed. I think I'm just going to mount them to the wall, screw them into the wall, one on either side. Other than that, it's kind of going through, I'm just using, this is basically the setup that I'm using. Hopefully the camera will pick up, but I just took one of their defaults for now. I think I don't know if it's the shallow reef or whatever they refer to it as. It's just basically a gentle ramp up, gentle ramp down. This is their EcoSmart Live website, which they basically have two apps that you can use to configure these. They have an older utility that you install as a desktop app, and then they have this web-based one. I'm on a Mac, so I have to use the web-based one. The biggest problem that I had, or actually the two kind of what I would consider a pain in the ass that I had, was that time right there. Hopefully it comes up. 9:15 is what it says now. Was wrong, and it would not reset. You could manually set it, but I was working on it last night, and it said it was like 4 in the morning, which basically will not allow the lights to kick on because it thinks the thing's 4 in the morning. And I tried to manually reset it. I tried to update your profile, which is basically what they say on the website. Nothing worked. The only way I got that to show up at the right time was I had to take my Dell and install their old school configuration utility, which this website's a replacement of, and basically connect to the Radions and set their time. Then, when I came back to the website, the time was right. And then I made some fine-tuning. The other thing I had to do is calibrate the lights so that basically the left side and the right side looked the same. I noticed last night when it was kind of ramping down, that one side was far bluer and the other side was like greenish. So it'll take it took me a little while to calibrate it appropriately, but I think I finally finished the calibration this morning, and it's probably not going to come out very well, obviously, because my crappy phone camera, but that's that. So Radions purchased, the rails worked great. Pretty much going to work on cycling the tank now, and then more than likely add a few fish. I think I'm only going to max out probably at about 8 to 6 fish in this tank, and then probably start with some softies and then gradually ramp up to some SPSs. But for now, got the Radions done. I will make a video. A couple people asked me about my water change and how I do a water change and some of the plumbing I used and whatnot. I'll probably do a quick video on that, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up that if you end up buying the Radions and you have a hard time, especially with the time setting on those Radions, that's how I got around it. Installed the desktop app on my Dell, connected to it, set the time right, then came back to the EcoSmart Live and the time was set right, and then kind of did it. I haven't really played around with any fine tuning or whatnot. I probably will not run these at 100%. If you guys have any recommendations on what level to run the lights at, or really any recommendations on a program or anything along those lines, I would love to hear it. Other than that, that's all I got. Later.